Hello children, welcome back to another online class.
Children, here is an interesting fact. Tal Lake is a freshwater lake on the Luzon Island of Philippines. Almost at the center of the lake, there is an island called the Volcano Island. At the center of this island is another lake called Crater Lake. And in this lake, there is a small landmass called the Vulcan Point.
Isn't it interesting? Okay, now let's go to the lesson. This lesson is from Unit 7 in Geography, and the name of the lesson is Human Geography in Tamil Nadu. And today's topic is about the agricultural factors, major crops, and their distribution in Tamil Nadu. We have studied earlier that the earth is endowed with a variety of natural resources. Can someone name the natural resources? Yes, it is sunlight, air, water, landform, rivers, soil, natural vegetation, and wildlife. How are these resources useful? Only when they are used or utilized. We humans use these resources using our intelligence and skill. Thus, the human beings are the most important resource on the earth's surface. In today's lesson, we are going to understand the agricultural factors. Okay, what do you mean by agriculture? Yes, it is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, rearing animals, birds, forestry, and fisheries. The word agriculture is derived from the Latin word ager and cultura, means field and growing. Okay, what is the main occupation in Tamil Nadu? It is agriculture. More than 65% of the population depends on this agriculture sector for their living. Agriculture provides employment for rural people on large scale. Agriculture form about 21% of the state's economy. The total cultivated area in the state was 56.10 million hectares in 2007 and 2008. The principal food crops include paddy, millets, pulses. The major commercial crops are sugarcane, cotton, sunflower, coconut, cashew, chilies, gingerly, groundnut, and rubber. Let's see some of the factors that determine the growth of agriculture. There are many factors like landform, climate, soil, and irrigation. And apart from this, there are economic factors like market, transport facilities, and capital. Now we will look into each factor in detail. First, landform. Tamil Nadu is a land of diverse landscape. Children, do you remember? In the previous class, we saw about the different landforms in the physiographic divisions of Tamil Nadu. Yes, it includes hills, plains, plateaus, and islands. Out of these landforms, do you know which is more suitable for agriculture? Yes, it is plains. They are low flat lands. Plains are low flat lands that have deep fertile soil. Can you guess which soil is suitable for agriculture? Yes, it is alluvial soil. Alluvial soils are soils deposited by surface water. You will find them along rivers and deltas. Okay. The plains with alluvial soil enhances agricultural productivity. Okay, we should also know why plateaus are not suitable for agriculture. Yes, plateaus are not very suitable for growing crops as they usually consist of hard rocks that are difficult to plow. So agriculture in plateau is moderate and is poor in hills. Next is climate. Tamil Nadu is situated in the tropical zone which is the region surrounding the equator. The state experiences a tropical climate. Hence, the temperature in Tamil Nadu is relatively high almost throughout the year. Here, only the tropical crops, coffee, coconut, pineapple, sugarcane, etc., are grown. Water is another limiting factor of agriculture. Northeast monsoon is the major source of rainfall for Tamil Nadu. Farmers depend on the monsoon rain for good crop produce. The major cropping season begins with this season. The rainfall in this season and the irrigation facilities affect agriculture to a large extent. The next factor is soil. Soil is the original source of the nutrients that we use to grow crops. Soil provides essential minerals or nutrients for the growth of crops and vegetation. The nutrients move from the soil into plants. The regions of river valleys and coastal plains are the most agriculturally productive regions of the state as they are covered with fertile alluvial soil. Now let's see the types and regions of agriculture practices in Tamil Nadu. First is the farming type. There are three farming types, namely subsistence, intensive agriculture, plantation agriculture, and mixed farming. This subsistence agriculture, intensive agriculture is like farmers use a small land holdings to produce food crops for their own consumption. And this is practiced all over Tamil Nadu. Plantation agriculture is practiced in the hill slopes and eastern and western Ghats. Mixed farming, it involves growing of crops as well as rearing of livestock, and this is found in the banks of River Kaveri and Tenpennai. The next factor that determines the growth of agriculture is irrigation. In the tropics, the most important climatic element for agriculture is rainfall. The monsoon brings adequate rainfall in Tamil Nadu, which helps the crops to grow well. But the monsoon rainfall in the state is highly irregular. Hence, irrigation becomes necessary for successful cultivation of crops. In the dry regions, rain-fed crops like millet, maize, cotton, etc. are cultivated. Now the cropping seasons in Tamil Nadu. Farmers select different crops for different seasons of cultivation. It is based on the temperature and availability of moisture in soil. The first one is Sornavari, is the name of Kharif season in Tamil Nadu. Samba is a variety of rice grown in Tamil Nadu. Navarai, that is Rabi season, is also known as Navarai in Tamil Nadu. These are known as winter crops as they are grown in the winter season. Now let's see the distribution of major crops in Tamil Nadu. How the major crops are distributed all over Tamil Nadu. Okay, the first one is paddy, which is the staple food of Tamil Nadu. The major varieties of rice grown in Tamil Nadu are Ponni and Kichadi Samba. About 3 million hectares of the state is under rice cultivation. Paddy cultivation is highly concentrated in Tanjavur, Thiruvarur, Tiruvallur, Kanjipuram, Viluppuram, Kadalur and Tirunelveli districts. Tamil Nadu ranks third in the production of rice among the states of India. And the Tanjavur district is famously known as the granary of Tamil Nadu. This is the main rice producing region in the state and lies at the Kaveri Delta region. The next one is millets. We call it as thinai in Tamil. This form is a staple food of nearly 1/3 of the human population in Tamil Nadu. The major millets are Jowar, that is Cholam, Ragi, that is Kelvaragu, and Bajra, In Tamil we call it as kambu. These millets are grown in drier areas as well as the coastal plains. Jowar is grown in Coimbatore Plateau and Kambam Valley. Ragi is grown in Coimbatore, Dharmapuri, Vellore and Kadalur. Whereas Bajra is grown in Ramanathapuram, Tirunelveli and Karur. Next crop is pulses. Important pulses grown in Tamil Nadu are Bengal gram, black gram, green gram and horse gram. Pulses are a great source of protein. Pulses grows in drier regions with or without irrigation. It serves as excellent fodder. Fodder means it is the food for cattle and other livestock. Pulses are grown in almost all the districts of Tamil Nadu. The next one is oil seeds. Some of the oil seeds grown in Tamil Nadu are groundnut, gingerly, castor, coconut, sunflower and mustard. Oil seeds are also used in industries as a lubricant. The major oil seeds of the state is groundnut. Places grown are Vellore, Thiruvannamalai, Viluppuram, Salem, etc. Next one is sugarcane. It is one of the major crops of the state. It is an annual crop. It requires high temperature and heavy rainfall. It grows well in the tropical regions. Major sugar producing districts are Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, Vellore, Kadalur, Tiruchirappalli, Coimbatore, etc. Next one is cotton. Cotton is a cash crop. It grows well in black soil, warm and humid weather. Humid weather in the early stages and hot and dry weather during harvest season is suitable for this crop. Okay. The next one is plantation crops. What do you mean by plantation crops? Plantation crops are those which are grown on extensive scale like tea, coffee, cashew, rubber, etc. Next to Assam, Tamil Nadu ranks second in the production of tea. Tea plantation is found in hills of Nilgiris and Coimbatore, coffee plantation in the hills of Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. And Tamil Nadu ranks in the production of coffee next to Karnataka. Apart from this, pepper is found in the wet slopes of Eastern and Western Ghats, and the cashew is cultivated in Kadalur district. Okay. Finally, we are going to see about the livestock. Livestock is commonly defined as domesticated animals raised in an agricultural setting to produce labor and commodities. Commodities such as meat, eggs, milk, fur, leather and wool. Livestock has remained an integral part of socio-economic fabric of rural people. Let's look into each in detail. Goat is also known as the poor man's cow in India. In the marginal lands unsuitable for rearing of cattle like cow or buffalo, goat is the best alternative. Next one is sheep, which is used for multiple purposes like wool, meat, milk, skins, and manure. This forms an important component of the rural economy in arid, semi-arid, and mountainous areas of Tamil Nadu. Next, it is fishing. Since Tamil Nadu is a coastal state, fishing is one of the major occupations in the state. Here we see about marine fishing and inland fishing. Let's see what is marine fishing in detail. The length of the coastline of Tamil Nadu is 1,076 kilometers. Large mechanized boats are used for fishing here. In ocean, fishing within few kilometers from the shoreline is called inshore fishing. The fishing far from the shore is called offshore fishing. The fish varieties caught in marine fishing are sharks, flying fish, catfish, silver bellies, and crabs. The state has 3 fishing harbors and 363 fish landing centers. Inland fishing is carried out in lakes, rivers, ponds, estuaries, and backwaters. Oysters and prawns are cultivated in nurseries. Catamaran, diesel boats, and floating nets are used in fishing. Vellore leads in the production of inland fish production. Children, here ends the lesson. Hope you understood the lesson and read the content before taking up the test and do your Kahoot. Have a great day, children. Goodbye.